was. Lots of professional fighters would have given half an arm for such a professional debut. Now, however, we still have something ahead. You know what it is, don't you? Zsolt Erdei is coming up. after 11 years of pause, he thought that at the age of 51, he will still take the gauntlet and show that world-famous lightning-fast left hand. His opponent, the Emperor of MMA, Attila Végh. We are there on each and every surface, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. And let me tell you what waits ahead, because we reached a crossroads. On RTL Plus Premium, Zsolt Erdei will talk elaborately about his motivation in terms of return. It's worth watching it, and after that on RTL we will also continue with Hell Boxing Kings. The great comeback is about to ensue. One of the greatest comebacks in Hungarian boxing. Zsolt Erdei will be back soon.
A Hellnek a szervezői már egy fél éve.
Organizers of Hell tried to convince me half a year ago to try me in the ring, and it got conscious when I was there at these events that this is a huge show. My blood starts boiling and I feel I have goosebumps all over. When I was younger, I watched his fights, how modest he was and what a beast he was in the ring, and it is a huge honor, a huge privilege to fight such a man as Zsolt Erdei. Being called a legend is strange, I feel. It feels weird, it feels odd, but still it is somehow inconceivable. But because I'm still here in the boxing hall, in the gym, with the guys who also fight, who box, to do everything to become successful. There was a time when I achieved some nice success back then, and this might be a consequence of it all, that I'm termed a legend. Of course, it's heartwarming, however difficult to understand. Needless to say, expectations are also higher, because everybody expects to see the Zsolt Erdei that they saw 10, 15, 20 years ago. And of course, these expectations are somewhat of a burden on my shoulders, but I try to live up to it. Luckily, I still have the speed. If I didn't have it, I would not have accepted this bout and this form. So hopefully it will show during the bout.
Boxoló, én MMA bunyós vagyok, úgyhogy tisztában
I'm an MMA fighter and he's a boxer. I know that this is home turf to him. I know that he's a professional boxer, considered to be the best in Hungary, with huge world successes. And of course it's a brutal challenge to me. And I do not know any better fighter than Zsolt Erdei. The fact that I can box in Hungary is a huge privilege. I started my career there. I had my first MMA fight in 2008. So I became known in Hungary, especially in the world of Campo. So returning after 15 years is something brutal to me, especially as it's in László Papp Sports Arena, which is a huge venue. I already had 3 boxing bouts. All 3 opponents were MMA fighters, so I would not compare it to him, because I also sparred real boxers, and it's a completely different style. Boxing is my life, part of my life. After my family, second most important. It's actually my passion ever since I was 10. That's why I live for. And it is this lifestyle, this way of living that I try to convey to the upcoming generation also.
This
is the first belt I got in my life as a professional. It's the WBO Intercontinental Champions belt. And this came next, WBO light heavy, super middleweight. And I also boxed as a cruiserweight. And I managed to get the WBC championship belt. And the last one so far, which is the WBO European Champions belt. Let's stop this.
The Sydney Olympic bronze
medal is a huge disappointment to me. I believe I will have this thorn inside me lifelong. Because back then I should have won. During my amateur career, I faced 3 Olympic champions. I defeated all of them. However, these 3 boys, one of them was a Cuban, Ariel Hernandez by name. The second one, whom I faced in '95 at the Berlin World Championship, and a Kazakh guy called Iberino, and Alexander Lepsiak, a Russian guy. They were the opponents who were the most outstanding during my amateur career, and I managed to overcome them. Of course, I was defeated every now and then, and they were no rookies either.
És valójában itt láthassuk a
and here we can see the room that I'm proudest of. Here I have all my medals, trophies, everything I achieved throughout my career. Have a peek.
Akkor valójában itt vannak az összes kesztyűk, ahol bunyóztam
Oroszba,
Lengyelbe,
be it in Russia, Poland, Czech Republic, wherever in the US, and whom I faced, who I defeated. Here I have all the cups, the trophies from wrestling. This is back from 1996 and the 2 most important clubs of my career. These things remind me of where I am. This is most important to me. It will be, but I will give it all. So I am on his home ground. I'll try to give my best. I'll try to dominate the whole bout. It will be 6 rounds, sorry, which is quite a lot, and I actually look forward to it, what it will lead to.
Attila azzal, hogy velem boxol, én azt gondolom, hogy azzal már sokkal ismertebb lett
Magyarországon. Tehát, hogy boxing has became a lot more popular and known in Hungary. He already took the first step, and hopefully that's where he'll get.
99%-a ő végette ön oda.
I believe 99% of the people will root for me. I will be the outsider, which is good for me. Because as said, I'm on foreign soil, and it's home ground to him, which is easier to manage for me, not being the favorite, being the underdog, and I can do my stuff more clearly this way. So let's give it all and make the best one win. This was the final of the final bouts, so I do not think of any follow-up or continuation. This is how I would like to finish off my career. Zsolt Erdei said that this would be the final bout, and it's a brutal privilege to me that it is to me. He is actually unbeaten, has only one defeat, and he will have his final fight against myself. And maybe it's his second life, maybe it's the start of his second career. I do keep fingers crossed for him.
Szakmailag és fizikálisan és technikailag felkészült Erdei Zsolt.
I would like to introduce Zsolt Erdei, who is physically, technically, tactically well prepared, and hopefully it will become a spectacular bout. Zsolt, you keep saying that you want to win this bout. I will want to win it too. I will give it all. May the better one win, and let's be free of injury. To everyone.
Beat my love, I wanna beat my love, la da da dee da 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 da, la da da dee da 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 da, la da da dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Looking back on all the time we spent together, you wanna know by now, you wanna be my lover.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, be it here or before the screens, this is still Hell Boxing Kings live on RTL and RTL Plus Premium from László Pop Sports Arena, Budapest. We reached the final main event of the evening, which is not only a mere boxing bout, but it is a long-awaited and very important event full of nostalgia, a comeback. And here I need to become personal, because back then in 2000 on RTL I started following continuously the career of Zsolt Erdei as a ringside reporter. Before each and every bout I interviewed him, and at each and every preparation we visited the boxing gym of Universal Box Promotion Hamburg. Due to Zsolt Erdei, my wedding was not on a Saturday but on a Friday, because upcoming day I had to broadcast his bout on the 6th of September against Juan Perez, a 12-rounder, which they performed in the Szeged ring. And when my first daughter was born from hospital, I went straight to the hospital, because in Karlsruhe the first World Championship fight was coming up against Julio Cesar Gonzalez on the 17th of January 2001, when he became a super middleweight champion of WBO. If somebody told me 11 years ago that once here on this screen I can still introduce Zsolt Erdei, I will probably send him to the pharmacy. But Zsolt believed that at the age of 51, after 11 years of pause, he would still show himself. Maybe to the generations who only heard about his marvelous career. Soon he will be here. Zsolt Madár Erdei. But it is not anybody, it's not nobody who awaits him in the other corner. But it is a Bellator MMA champion, Attila Végh, with 33 victories out of 46 bouts, and all of these before the end. His nickname, Pumukl, and it is his childhood dream that comes true, that he's able to fight this true legend. Let's get to know the opponent, Attila Végh. Hi, I'm Attila Végh. I'm the 2013 Bellator World Champion, and I will be there at the Hell Boxing King's boxing bout, and I will try to box a very serious opponent. Let's see what becomes of it. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's have a great fight, free of injuries. Yes! I accepted this challenge because, to me, this challenge is the biggest boxing challenge I can imagine. My former role model, Zsolt Erdei, there is no bigger honor than fighting him. My aim is to have a brutal fight for the people, for the viewers, and to show to everybody that even on foreign soil, I can fight well with a brutal, serious fighter, and I want to show the most of it, even not on the ground, but standing. Zsolt, of course, you keep saying that you want to win this fight. I also want to win this. I will also give it all. So let the better one win. And now the opponent. I believe we can have a peek into the locker room, as we did so often while broadcasting RTL boxing matches. Let's see how this well-known face, Zsolt Erdei, concentrates prior to the match. For long, long years, I could watch his career up close. Many say that there is some resemblance, and people even approach me in a bus stop and asked me when I would have the last stop. So we denied it for a long time, but then we realized that it's no worth fighting this. So Zsolt started calling me brother. This is a true friendship, and simply I would not have thought that once I would see Zsolt Erdei box at the age of 51, this true living legend of Hungarian boxing. Let's get to know him now. Zsolt Madár Erdei.
Volt egy idő, amikor tényleg
There was
szép
a
sikereket
period when
értem el
indeed I achieved
annó,
beautiful
és
success
ez
back then,
valószínűleg ez a
and
következménye, hogy
probably
engem
this is the consequence
idézőjelesen legendának
that
hívnak,
I'm
és hát nyilván ez szívvel
called a
engedtető az
legend. It
embernek,
is heartwarming,
de
needless to
nehezen
say,
felfogható.
but hard to conceive.
Tehát én is egy szakmailag és
So
fizikálisan
I also want to show a Zsolt Erdei who is professionally, technically well prepared. This is what I want to show to the public, and hopefully it will be a spectacular fight.
Szerencsére a gyorsaságom még megvan.
Luckily, my speed is still
Hát,
there.
hogyha nem lenne, mert akkor szerintem
And
ezt
if
a
I
mérkőzést nem
didn't
is
have it, I
vállaltam
would
ebben a
probably not
formában.
have undertaken this
Úgyhogy
fight
bízom benne,
as
hogy
it
ez a
is.
mérkőzésen is meg
So
fog majd
hopefully it
mutatkozni.
will show during the fight.
Egykoron a világ
Once
leggyorsabb balkeze az övé volt.
The fastest
Vajon
left hand in the
fogott-e
world was
valamennyit ez a
his.
gyorsaság?
Did this
Hamarosan kiderül.
speed
Érkeznek
diminish?
a küzdőfelek. Végh
Soon we will
Attila
find out.
és
Here
Erdei
come the
madár
contestants,
Zsolt. A
Attila
szó a
Végh
ring speakeré.
and Zsolt Erdei. The ring speaker has the floor.
Hölgyeim és uraim, kérem fogadják elementáris erővel a kék sarokba érkező Bellator világbajnokát Szlovákiából. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the blue corner, a former Bellator MMA world champion from Slovakia, Végh Attila!
Annyi mindent kéne még elmondanom, s ha nem teszem, talán már nem is lesz rá alkalom, hogy elmeséljem, milyen jó, hogy itt vagyunk, mint a régi jó barátok. Egyet mondunk, s egyet gondolunk.
És most, 11 év után újra a piros sarokba érkezik a magyar ökölvívás legendája, a WBO és WBC világbajnok. And now, making his way to the red corner, following an 11-year absence from the ring, the legendary Hungarian WBO and WBC World Champion, Erdei Madár Zsolt!
Kismadár, nézd meg, hogy merre jár, mondd el, hogy merre járhat ő. Mondd el, hogy szeretem, mondd el, hogy kell nekem, mondd el, hogy semmi más nem kell. Csak a hold az égen, csak a nap ragyogjon, simogasson a szél, simogasson, ha arcomhoz ér. Csak a hold ragyogjon, csak a nap az égen, nekem semmi más nem kell, hogy rátalálj, szállj el, kismadár, nézd meg, hogy merre járhat ő. Vidd el a levelem, mondd el, hogy kell nekem, mondd el, hogy semmi más nem kell. Csak a hold az égen, csak a nap ragyogjon, simogasson a szél, simogasson, ha arcomhoz ér. Csak a hold ragyogjon, csak a nap az égen, nekem semmi más nem. Soha ne gyere, ha most nem jössz. Soha ne szeress, ha most nem vagy itt.
Hölgyeim és uraim! Itt a Papp László Budapest Sportarénában a Hell Boxing Kings bemutatja a ma este főmérkőzését. Egy várva várt, cirkáló súlyú szuperfight összecsapás két világbajnok harcos között. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Papp László Sports Arena in Budapest, Hell Boxing Kings presents tonight's main event of the evening, a much-awaited cruiserweight super fight between two former world champions. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials at ringside are ready. The fighters are in the ring and they are ready. Fight fans with us here live in Budapest, are you ready? Then let's see our fighters give each other hell! Első versenyzőnk a kék sarokban, a 40 éves, 189 cm magas, a mérlegelésen 94,6 kg súlyú szlovákiai versenyző. Fighting out of the blue corner, at 40 years of age, he stands 189 centimeters tall and weighed in at 94.6 kilograms. He is a former Kempo Karate World Champion and Bellator World Light Heavyweight Champion, fighting out of Nagyszombat, Slovakia. He is Végh Attila! És az ellenfele a piros sarokban, az 51 éves, 178 cm magas, a mérlegelésen 86,2 kg súlyú magyar versenyző. Fighting out of the red corner, at 51 years of age, he stands 178 centimeters tall and weighed in at 86.2 kilograms. He is a former WBO World Light Heavyweight Champion and WBC World Cruiserweight Champion, fighting out of Fort Hungary. He is the legendary Erdei Zsolt! És a mérkőzés vezetőbírója and your referee in charge of this legendary bout, Sacsvári Tamás!
Középre, urak!
Urak, a szabályokat ismeritek, ezeket tartsátok be. Ne ütésre, fejelésre, vigyázzatok, tartóra ne üssetek. Készfogás, sok sikert, vissza a gongig.
Oh my. I'm more excited than against González Garay all the bouts. No, really, seriously. Yes, I'm also nervous. So if it comes to the scorecards, only Madár can win, but there are so many question marks. He started out sharp, but Attila is very strong and lost weight from 110 kilos. A southpaw, but no problem because Zsolt faced lots of people like this. Zsolt is fast, kept his speed.
De jó!
Great, well done.
Bocsánat a szurkolásra.
Sorry for rooting.
Igen, most jól fogadta meg őt Attila.
Well received.
Jobb kézzel.
Well received with the right hand. He has to watch out.
Egyébként rendkívül szimpatikus
Attila, very nice guy.
Jó az MMA-sok köztül egy nagyon jó kéztechnikájú verseny.
Very good hand technique among MMA fighters.
Jó! Nem, csúszás
Now it was a slip. It was a slip.
Nem, hát ez csak csúszás.
It was just a slip.
Én legalábbis úgy láttam, hogy ez
Nem, ez
Oh,
nem
that's what I saw.
lábába esett.
No, he didn't hit it. He actually tripped over his leg.
Gyors.
It's fast.
azért érződik a feszültség mind a két verseny.
Tension shows
Hát meg főleg ebben a súlyban
both contestants as a cruiserweight.
Hát meg, hogy ne titkoljuk el, hogy 10 kilóval nehezebb volt a mérlegen a...
And Attila was 10 kilos
A védekezés.
heavier at the weigh-in.
És még a
Nice
felütést is
defense.
meghúzza Végh Attila.
Nagyon jó
Attila Végh has a nice uppercut too.
bal kézzel, azt megnéztem a
Jó, eddig az
mérkőzésen.
első menet.
So first round so far, not a problematic one.
Ó, szuper!
Jó.
Great,
Ez egy nagyon jó első menet volt.
very good, excellent first round.
Jó.
Lovely.
Nagyon színvonalas mérkőzést láthatunk.
Very much a quality bout.
Kedvező Zsoltnak az, hogyha kontroll alatt van a mérkőzés, mint hogy egy őrült rohanás.
Controlling the bout favors Zsolt. It's better than
És azért az biztos, hogy ütőerőben
a
komoly feladat.
mad speed race.
Egyébként azt gondoltam, hogy Attila próbálja meg dominálni.
I thought Attila would start to dominate it, but
Közel kell, hogy menjen, egyébként nem tudja megütni.
Zsolt controls the ring and he needs to get close because otherwise he would not be able to hit
Sokkal
him.
jobb, hogyha te mész előre.
It's a lot better if you go forward and you dictate the pace. You impose your will.
Igen, nem ütéstől.
It was not a blow, he just lost his balance.
Egyébként, ha
De nem volt rossz látvány.
nem volt
But not a bad sight after all.
De egyébként a Madár saját iramát tudja boxolni.
And if Zsolt can box at his own pace, he will not get tired.
Volt ideje bőven felkészülni egyébként, tehát több hónapos.
He had several months to prepare. Well, that is quite indifferent. There are people who do not lose fitness, but several times during the bouts, there are critical moments against Garay, 5th and 6th round. Careful with the uppercut, with the left uppercut that Attila hits very well to the head.
Szépen védekezik.
Nice defense from Madár. He needs to move his trunk too. Nice left hand from Madár. Still very fast.
Hoppá!
Wow.
Igen.
His knee touched the ground, but it was not due to a blow.
Nem vigyázni ezekre a tarkósokra.
Be careful with these blows to the back of the head.
Be volt hajóban Madár, tehát
Igen.
Mind a kettő.
Madár was squatting, but both of them fight fair.
Nincs mögötte szándékosság.
No bad intention.
Ez most jó menet eddig.
It's a great round so far.
Szép volt a jobbos.
From Attila.
Szépen fönn a kéz.
Igen, zártan.
The hand is up.
Még egy pici mozgás.
Good cover. Should move more with the trunk.
Sokkal jobb volt.
This used to be a lot better.
Visszavett.
Igen, meg elkezdett hátrafelé menni.
Yeah, and he started retreating, Zsolt. Yes, and Attila started coming forward.
Most kell visszamenni.
It's now that he needs to return the favor.
És ez azért szintén fogyassza.
And it also consumes energy leaning over the opponent. Being close and leaning with his 100 kilos over Zsolt also consumes energy.
Élvezi a bunyót azért.
He enjoys the fight, obviously. Zsolt does, although it was a more even round. Attila performed better than in the first round, but let's not reach far-fetched conclusions. Still 4 rounds to go.
Az első menet a számolással eldőlt.
First round with the count was decided.
De egyébként a számolás nélkül is meg volt ez.
But even without the count, that was Zsolt's round. Yes, here Zsolt's knee touched the ground just for a moment here.
Szerencsére eddig még olyan nagyon komoly ütése nem talált.
Luckily, no serious blow of Attila reached Zsolt, but Zsolt needs this quick left hands, which he managed to deliver in the first round. Hopefully, this will return in round 3.
Jöjjön a harmadik menet.
Let's have the third round.
Rengetegen jöttek szurkolni egyébként.
A lot of people came to root for Attila, even from Slovakia.
Veszélyesen mérehaj.
Igen, most nagyon-nagyon mélyre hajogat Zsolt. Ez nem volt régen jellemző.
Zsolt kept leaning very low. This was not typical. This is how he tries to avoid the longer arms Attila has. Beautiful. 2 punches. A left-right combo, which landed on Attila's chin. This went to the back of the head. But this was due to the fact that Madár again lent. You need to keep a distance after getting a punch to the back of your head. You need to take a break.
Szép volt a jobbos.
Nice work with the right hand. Zsolt leans very low, leans very much into the uppercut. And some feints might also be delivered. But Attila Végh is also very experienced, had so many MMA and Campo fights, and he's still an active fighter. Some months ago he was still active, so it was not reviving the lion. Yeah, he fought Carlos Samuel. And has a good hand. Good indeed. Again, to the back of the head. Very strong. Zsolt doesn't reach him, but when he gets close, he's in dangerous ground. Again, Zsolt is leaning deep, leaning low. He needs to get close without being in peril. It's only the left hand. It's only the left hand. Nice right hand here. All three of them looked at each other. All the three of us looked at each other, but this was even tighter, even closer. The left hands are needed from Zsolt. Safety left hand in order to get the proper range, get the proper reach. We have 3 foreign judges, scoring judges, ringside. Yes, after the first round, we thought it would be somewhat easier. Are you sweating next to me? I don't know, maybe the heating is on. So far I was cold, I was shivering. And now comes the second half of the bout, which depends, well, a lot depends on fitness here. Attila Végh is very much together, not a bit of tiredness.
Madár shouldn't be rushing, be patient, but he needs to find the opponent with his lead hand, and if the opponent comes too close, then he needs to punish him, but he cannot reach him. He needs to be careful. That was a nice one. It was a nice combination. He came back really well. It was a nice one. Luckily, he was smiling. It was a big shot, seemingly, but probably the sound of it was more scary. Was scarier than the power of it. And there was a nice right jab. Once again, right combination. You only needed to ask for it. These hooks are really tough. Attila, the right hook and the left uppercut, that's his primary tool, primary weapon, and Madár goes forward, presses forward, that's what he needs to do.
Egy kicsit nekem olyan Fragomenis meccs.
It's like a match against Fragomeni.
Madár sokkal többet ütött.
But Madár hit a lot more in that fight. That was nice. Left hand, he needs to be careful when bang low and going low. He cannot really see where the punches are coming from when he does that. 20 seconds from this particular match, this particular round. That was a nice one, a nice left hand. With the right, 10 seconds to go. The dynamic was really good, but
Van még 4 perc.
4 minutes to go.
4 meneten.
4 rounds are already in the bag.
Nagyon-nagyon komoly feladat Végh Attila.
This is a tough challenge. Attila Végh is, you cannot break him, and obviously to outbox him you need quick hands, and after 4 rounds the pace of the boxers seem to be matching, and Attila seems to be quicker. Regardless, however, I think that Madár's got a lot in the tank to draw from throughout his career. When he faced problematic situations, he could definitely come up with something.
4 menetig élvezhetjük, nézhetjük még Erdei Zsoltot. 2 menet van már csak hátra.
So there's two rounds to go, 2 minutes each.
Most Attila kezdetben.
Attila takes the initiative.
Kicsit törzsből még egy picit többet kéne Madárnak oldani, nem?
From the torso, he would need to move a bit more, but that was a nice shot with the right hand.
Kontra bal jobb egyenes kipattant.
Counter.
Ebből kéne több.
Right, left.
Szépen hajolt el.
Left, right. It was a nice evasion.
Tapintani lehet a feszültséget.
Hát hogyne.
A ringbe is és a ringen
Tension is
kívül is.
palpable, both inside and outside of the ring. That was a headbutt.
Egyik sem lehet biztos abban, hogy ő vezet a pontozó lapokon.
None of them can be sure about being in the lead in the scorecards.
Most meg pontosan talált Végh.
That was an accurate shot. That was a big push-off.
Lökte páros kézzel.
Both hands, big push-off.
Igen, kell a bal kéz, Madár.
Definitely needs the left hand.
Most nagyon pontosan talált Végh Attila.
Attila Végh found him.
Fél perc van hátra.
Half a minute to go.
Kellene még ebben a menetben egy-két pontos találat.
You would need some accurate punches in this round. It's not a problem if it's just a left jab, but you would definitely need them.
Igen, ez blokkolta Madár.
It's blocked, Madár blocked it.
Nagyon sokat kap fűtőre.
He gets a lot of punches to the side of his head. There was an uppercut that was really tough. He was hit. It should come to an end this round. He sort of rushed into that uppercut, 2 minutes to go, and I'm pretty sure that if Attila Végh smells some blood, then he's gonna come out throwing punches right out of the gates. That uppercut definitely reached Zsolt.
Nagyon jól üti Végh Attila ezt a bal egyenes, jobb egyenes
Attila Végh.
Igen, a felütés a legnagyobb
really good with this
jó pár meccsét is az
right jab, left uppercut.
Utolsó menet készfogás lesz.
Ide. Nagyon fegyelmezetten kell, tehát remélem, hogy nem
He needs to be extremely disciplined. I truly hope that he's not gonna run bigger risks here in the last round. He just needs to get to the end, go the distance, whatever the outcome.
Aztán persze lehet, hogy Végh Attilában sincs már meg az a lendület.
And probably Attila Végh is going to be lacking the momentum in the last round.
Bizony.
Madár should not be rushing forward and use the left hand.
Türelmesen, türelmesen.
Needs to be patient.
elég csak az az együttés, és aztán fenntartani a kezet.
One shot is needed and then
bezárni a fedezéket.
Jobb kezelnek sem, nem is
get
kell
behind.
most csak fenntartani.
Ez az.
His defense, that was nice.
Megoldani ezt a menetet nem jobbal.
I don't think it's the right one that should be using. Attila Végh is getting slower.
Csak nem taktikai húzás.
It's not just a tactical move.
Hogy megvan neki, mert én bevallom őszintén.
I don't think he should feel that it's going to go his way. I'm not really counting who could be ahead in the scorecards. In the beginning, I said that Zsolt Erdei cannot be beaten when it comes to the scorecards. And every round is scored separately, and there were some really close ones. 30 minutes to go, and I think Zsolt needs to add this round to the others.
20 másodperc.
20 seconds to go.
Nem is annyira akció, mint inkább az a gyors balkéz, az ugyanolyan pontot jelent.
That we need, but the quick left hand, which is going to be appear as a point on the scorecards. 10 seconds to go. Up with the hands. He's evading, moving away. That's the end of it. Really nice match, really exciting match, a tense one. I was definitely rooting for him. I think the entire arena is sweating. Thank you very much for this match, for both of the guys. Madár is not smiling that much. He may have thought that he would be able to impose his will much better, but this was a tactical battle. In the beginning, I thought that the left hand of Zsolt would give him the advantage, but the size difference and the fact that Attila Végh is an exceptional MMA fighter with outstanding hand technique, hitting technique. So if we had not known that Attila Végh is an MMA fighter, we could have judged him to be a true boxer, genuine boxer, and Zsolt definitely deserves the applause, deserves the congratulation. I'm still very much under the effect of this match, and obviously it's really hard to objectively score such a match, because both of them had some nice combinations, nice moves. Probably the first round was the one where Zsolt clearly was the better, and the fifth one was clearly going Attila's way, but there were 4 others which are very hard to judge. So this is a match where it doesn't really matter whose hand goes up in the air. So it could be undecided after 6 rounds. Let's just hear it.
Madár segít levenni a kesztyűt Attilának.
Madár helps taking the gloves off.
Hölgyeim és uraim! A mérkőzés eredménye a pontozólapok alapján. Ladies and gentlemen, the judges have scored this bout. Olaszországból, from Italy, Enrico Licini, 57-57. 57-57. Németországból Sven Gräfe 58-55. 58-55. Szerbiából from Serbia Radenko Tadic 57-57. 57-57. Így a mérkőzés eredménye. Többségi döntetlen! thus declaring this bout a majority draw!
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in attendance, a true a majority draw. Attila, you could have given us the favor of not being so likable, so respectful, but I can see that you have deep respect for Zsolt Erdei and his career. What was it like to box against him? It's a childhood dream coming true. Yes, so thank you to Zsolt for having had the opportunity to box with him, to spar with him. Thank you very much for Hell Boxing King, and I think that it's definitely worth going on with this brutal show. It's been a long time since my last fight in Hungary, but it was hell of an atmosphere, so thank you very much for Hell Boxing King. I truly hope that Hell once in the future is going to be my partner. And once again, thank you to Zsolt Erdei for being able to fight against one of my childhood heroes. He's definitely going to stay my role model, and I would like to thank my family, my father, my mother, my brothers, who've been with me throughout my whole career, been through me all through my journey, in good and bad. Thank you to all the coaches, everybody you can see there, and everybody in the videos. And a very important thing, what's the most important is, without these three things, it doesn't make sense to live our lives. Family, peace and health. These are the three most important things. Without these, it doesn't make sense to live your life. And whenever I fight in Slovakia and the Czech Republic, this is what I say. What I say is that strength in unity, and if we come together, nobody has a chance against us. Let's go, Hungarians! Ladies and gentlemen, you could see and hear Attila Végh. Zsolt Erdei, please come to the middle of the ring. I had the opportunity to ask you so many times after so many matches. So I think we had the tension of all your previous matches in this one fight. What was it like? How did you feel? It was fantastic to see you in the ring. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the fans. For the host of people who came because of me, thank you for all the messages. Thank you to all the people who contributed my preparation. Obviously, the list goes on endless. Doctors, chiropractors, masseurs, and everybody else, but I don't want to start because I may miss somebody, and I don't want to do that. Thank you to my supporters, my friends, for standing behind me during the prepreation period. Józsi Ács, Kata, Uncle Józsi, Levente Kis, who helped a lot, or Mark Lokar, and obviously everybody else from the bird nest, so to say. Konrad with the bandage, Uncle Józsi, who was next to me, by my side, throughout the struggle of the preparation. And if I wanted to list everybody's name, I wouldn't be able to get to the end of it. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm happy that I survived these 6 rounds. It was definitely not easy. I know what it's like to enter the ring above the age of 50. Well, if somebody has so many fights behind their backs as I do, I would definitely talk them out of this, but it was a fantastic feeling at this legendary venue to fight Attila. He was very fair and sportsmanlike all throughout the game, despite the fact that his punches were like horse kicks. So thank you very much to Attila as well. It was tough, but it's behind me. I'm a bit disappointed because of the draw. Don't laugh. That's absolutely true. A true sportsman obviously wants to win. Attila also came to win. He wanted my head, knock it off. He had some really strong punches. Sometimes I dipped a bit too low, but without further ado, what I want to say is that preparation was fucking tough. I don't want you to go through this pain once again above the age of 50. Zsolt, Erdei, thank you for your fantastic career and your fantastic return. It was an outstanding experience. Zsolt, Erdei, where he got his amateur world championship title. Once again, returned to do a fight at the age of 51. Zsolt, Madár, Erdei, the great return, and the boxing gala of Boxing Kings, one of the biggest boxing events in Europe. We can definitely say that we witnessed historic moments. Stay with us, stay with RTO, because we will have now the summary of the December bare fist fighters matches. Thank you very much. This is much more than boxing. This is Hell Boxing Kings. Goodbye to all of you. Kész vagy.